Hey, it's Lauren. As you can tell, I'm a little congested right now, and wow, it has been a hiatus since I last filmed anything for YouTube, and that wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened, and we'll kind of go into all of that. But right now, I just want to share everything I've been using and loving lately. A lot of this is new stuff to me. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. I'm starting out with the new Fitglow Beauty Foundation Plus. This was gifted to me. A lot of this was gifted to me. I will make note in the description box, but I love this. So I am shade 2.7, and I love that this has a doe foot. It has a lot of skincare beneficial ingredients, and I love this stuff. They also, new filming location, things are rolling around. They also sent me their foundation brush, which I think is fantastic. Absolutely love. Look at that though. It's like beautiful luminous skin. I have somewhat combination skin, and I find that this wears really, really nicely on me. But yeah, okay. So I've taken like a month off of YouTube, and that was not something I intended to do. But if you're new here, I tore my Achilles in October and had surgery, and like, I don't know, kind of since then I've been working on recovering and doing physical therapy and all that kind of stuff. And just recently, like, I've really been able to do more. I've healed really well. Look how beautiful that is. I love this stuff so much. I'm gonna just gently pat, make sure we don't have any lines. So yeah, I've just been able to do more recently, and I've really kind of built up my home gym, and I got a bike and a bunch of weights, and I've really been training and doing things to move my body to like feel better, you know? And so I've really just been kind of taking care of myself the last month. And I don't know, I kind of didn't film anything. Next, I'm gonna take this MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm the shade, what is it, NC25. I actually think this stuff is fantastic. I used this in my wedding like almost 10 years ago. I haven't had it in a long time, but dang guys, like it's got some good coverage. You don't need a lot of it, so I'm just going to use a little tiny thing. I wish it didn't have a pump. That's kind of annoying to me, but yeah, so I've just been like taking care of myself, taking care of my family, and it's been really good. Like sometimes I think you don't realize how much you need a break until you kind of just take one. But yeah, today I was like, you know what? I haven't filmed anything in a long time, and I really want to, so here we are. So yeah, this concealer is like such a nice texture, especially if you have mature or somewhat maturing skin. I just really love, I get good coverage with this, but it's not thick. It doesn't settle into lines. I find it just looks very flattering on my skin. Look at that. So good. And it, Pro Longwear, it wears for a really long time, which I tend to like and appreciate because I have a toddler that's constantly throwing herself at me. So like I need things that are going to hold up really, really well. Let me get all this blended in. We don't need to waste time. All right, we've got a really nice evened out base. I love how these things layer together. They don't cling to texture. Big, big fan. Next thing I'm gonna use is some Chanel Soleil de Bronze. And I'm just taking a brush and kind of swirling it in there. And we're gonna tap around the edges of the face, kind of bring in a bit of warmth. This stuff, the formula is just so good. It's honestly hard to beat, and you don't need that much of it, so it lasts forever. But I do love what this does on my skin. As you can see, I'm like dressed for spring today. It's actually quite warm here in Colorado. It's like 70 degrees, and we're gonna have snow this weekend. Make it make sense, please. I don't know how to dress anymore. I'm gonna take a little across the bridge of my nose. I really wanna look like I've been on vacation, somewhere warm. I don't know. I'm even kind of dragging that over where my concealer is because I don't want that dreaded like reverse raccoon effect where you have like bright concealer. Now I'm gonna pop on a little bit of MAC Studio Fix. I think this is also NC25. And I'm just gonna make sure we don't get too much on there. I really love this for setting. You get a little bit of extra coverage if you need it. Also, because there is a little bit of pigment in here, it can really kind of merge colors. So say you have a little bit of a heavier bronzer and you really want to soften it out, and make it flow with the rest of your makeup. That's a really great tip to do. So I'm gonna make sure I don't have any creasing under my eyes before I set a little bit there. Yep. This is like such a classic staple. Whenever I used to do like some modeling type stuff when I was younger, a makeup artist used this on me, and I kind of just have always had it on and off. So I'm just gonna very lightly dust whatever is left on my brush across my face because I am going to use a powder blush today. We're like layering a bunch of stuff. So, okay. So if you follow Erin Parsons over on TikTok, she did a Marilyn Monroe makeup look recently. And there was this blush that Marilyn used to have in her collection that was auctioned off. And it was like this beautiful kind of brownie mauve pinkish shade. And it was just so beautiful. And I was like scouring the comments, like trying to find a dupe. And I was thinking to myself, like, I have seen a color like that before. Very similar. And so MAC Mocha is like a pretty similar color in my opinion. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. This is a Koyudo premium blush brush. Fantastic brush. And just start popping that on. Give some warmth to these cheeks. I got a lot of real estate in the cheek department, so let's get blushy. I love this color though, and it's kind of almost a little plummy, which I think is really nice, and I actually really like as a redhead because sometimes like corally blushes can lean too orange, and like with this hair I end up looking like the Great Pumpkin, and I'm not here for that. But this blush is really beautiful, and I love MAC blushes, to be honest. I actually wore MAC Peaches on my wedding day, which in hindsight, now that I am older and wiser, I probably wouldn't have chosen something quite so peachy orange because I was a redhead in my wedding. But this color, she good. I just love it. Oh gosh, it's so good. It looks like I've been on a beach somewhere and like I've got that like kind of warm, sweaty, flushed, slightly tanned look. Tan for me anyway. I know I'm pale. Now I'm going to use some of my Phytosurgence Spectral Shine. This is the shade Fresh Fog. Yes, you can see that surface is a little like crazy looking. The trick with these is to kind of beat them up a little bit and then swirl them to death. So now let's see if we can get a little sheen here. Burp, burp, burp. It's kind of one of those things where it's just enough when it catches the light and it just makes you look like a little glowy angel baby. And I just love this stuff so much. So, yes, look, it's like you can't overdo it with these. They just give you this like, oh, it's not overly metallic. It's not giant sparkles. It gives you like the I just got back from the spa look. I love Phytosurgence so much. It's one of those indie brands that I really hope will continue to grow, which it definitely seems like they're growing. They're always selling out of stuff, and they just launched a new collection that's really beautiful too. But look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pinch my brush. Right there. Boop, boop. I'm gonna do a little right there. Boop, boop. Cute. You're looking cute. Ooh. Ooh, look at that shine. Something else that is new to me that I'm like super excited about is this little Sigma Ritzy palette. This is at Target now. You can find some Sigma products there. And I have found with this palette, look at it, it's so pretty. It's like the prettiest neutrals, like a little bit of warmth, a little bit of a cooler tone in there. I found that this palette performs best with a base. So I'm gonna pop on some MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. This is also like very classic. I find that this really just enhances those shades and makes them stand out a bit. And in fact, I'll even do a little demo so you can really see the difference in the shades. Okay, so I've applied a little bit of Paint Pot right there. I'm gonna take the shade, I think this is what, Midas. I'm gonna put it over here so you can see it's this really pretty kind of golden bronze color. Then I'm gonna put it over right there. Oh, we barely even have to touch it. And it like grabs so much better. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely think that you get more bang for your buck when you put something underneath there. A little bit of a different finish, actually. But, yeah, I like using that underneath. I just find the longevity is a lot better. I think what I'm going to do today is take the shade Nectar. We'll kind of use that as our base all over color here. It's like slight peach leaning nude kind of color. Really great base. The mattes in this palette are fantastic, by the way. I'm just going to say it. They're really, really good. But yeah, we're going to get a really firm base going here. Boom. Let's do the other side. I've also noticed with these, there's not a ton of fallout, which that's like kind of a big deal for palettes. This is my first Sigma palette, actually. I've had one of their brushes in the past and I loved it. I don't know where it went, but you know, I've moved about 1,000 times over the past few years. But this is really, really nice. Okay, what am I gonna use? I'm gonna use another matte. We're gonna use the shade Enrich. I'm gonna take a little kind of pointed dome brush. This is always interesting when you're filming with your phone and you don't have a mirror in front of you. Guys, my setup is like not what I want. It's always hard when you, I kind of like the shape. It's always hard when you're in a rental and like you don't have the liberty to just do whatever you want to the space you're in. So hopefully we'll have a house in the next year or so. We'll see. And I can like actually have like a dedicated space that I really set up for filming. I like that shape. Dang, what did I do? Okay, this little Chikuhodo, really great for creating a quick like winged shape. All right. Accidental, happy little accidents. Going Bob Ross up in here. I'm gonna just like dust off a little bit and then just like slightly blend that out. My bathroom is so hot. Holy moly, you guys. That is like unintentionally really good. Okay, let's do another shade. I'm kind of sticking with like a lot of mattes today. That's not really intentional, but I'm gonna use a shade called Hazel. Really, really like this shade. It's kind of like a mid-tone. And it's like just such an interesting kind of color. It's almost like a sienna type shade. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of that right in here. Oh, that's heavier than I thought it would be. Kind of connecting. I'm gonna have to blend that to death. Oh, come on. Come on. Well, that actually doesn't look bad, but once I close my eye, I'm gonna have to work on that. Make it even. It's the fun part of having somewhat deep set eyes. You're like, oh, that's a fun little surprise in there. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of that on the bottom. And actually, I'm gonna use a new brush. This is from Jones Road Beauty, their little liner brush. I got this in a recent order along with the blushed Miracle Balm, which is amazing. I'm actually gonna pop some on in a little bit. Oh, there's a mirror there. That's pretty, I like it. It looks like I'm like getting extra glowy. It's because this bathroom is really hot. Part of it's my makeup, part of it's me just sweating. All right, I took a little break, but like, can we talk about the fact that like my roller set has dropped so much in the time I've been filming this? What? Okay, I'm gonna blend this real quick. Also using another Jones Road brush. Their brushes are honestly just really fantastic. This is the fluffy, no, it's the blending brush. The fluffy is like the more flat looking one. But yeah, it blends so easily and like just makes everything look like cohesive. Boom, done. I'm actually gonna pop on a little bit of like a, I think like a shimmery shade. Which one? I'm actually going to go with like the lightest one here, and I'm going to use my pinky. This is the shade Gossamer. And just go in like that and drag. Oh, my nails are in the way. Speaking of these nails, these are the Olive and June press-ons. I have had these on for 10 days, and I have only had one pop off. Yeah, I love them. Love them. Not bad. Right there. Cool. Okay, let's put some brows on. Woo! Stuff's falling off. I don't have enough space here. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch in their, I think it's the Auburn. Is it Auburn? Auburn. And just lightly fill my sparse little gaps. I am not a natural redhead, and I do dye my eyebrows, but my eyebrows tend to get more brown as the month wears on. So I love a good Auburn or like straight up red brow product to really tie my brows back in with my hair. I think it looks much more natural. And also, I'm just gonna say this, like, I don't feel like enough companies have Auburn or red shades available. I got beef, all right? I have found this product is really, really good. I think it leans a little more brown than I'd like, but that's fine. Gives some structure to my brows. One of my favorite, like, redhead brow products is Glossier Boy Brow, which I'm gonna comb through my brows in just a second. A little more structure. We need a little bit right there. Oh, you gotta go so light-handed with these pens, or else they're like not what I'm going for. Okay, got that on. I look fierce. I'm gonna wipe some of this off because I just want a light hold and a little bit of tint. I like using a brow gel like this after I've filled a little bit because it just almost soften things out a bit, and I just really like it. And also my brows like tend to fall down throughout the day, so I like something that's gonna make them look a little more barky, make them look alive. All right, what's that? Get out of there. Okay. All right, I need eyeliner. Let's do some eyeliner. This is the Jillian Dempsey. The shade is like the brown Khol. And I love these. These are super easy to work with. And this shade I particularly like in my waterline, because it gives me like this very like sultry kind of look. Do just a little bit. I'm not being too precious with this. I'm just kind of slapping it on and then using the smudger to soften it. I've kind of found, I don't know if it's just because I don't care as much anymore, but like as I've gotten older, I'm not as precise with my eyeliner, partially because my eyelashes cover it all up anyway. All right, let's do some in the waterline though, because I love how it looks with this one. And I'm really gonna pull this in. Do you ever make this face? It kind of like pops your waterline out a bit. And then do like that. And I kind of push up so that color doesn't like leak out of my tear duct as much. Also blink real hard and it kind of like smudges it for you. I'm gonna do a little bit right here. as well. It just gives this little extra definition, a little bit of sexy smudginess, and I am just kind of all about that right now. If my pencil were a little sharper, this would work a little better right here, but it's fine. Love it. Now I'm going to, what do I need to do? Curl my lashes and put on some mascara. And I'm actually going to share a drugstore mascara that I've really been enjoying. I do find I have to curl my lashes a bit for this one because it's not a silicone wand, so it doesn't like naturally lift them as much. But I do find the wear of this mascara pretty fantastic, and I really didn't expect it when I bought it to be as good as it is. And that is the new Maybelline Green Edition Mega Mousse Mascara. I talked about this on my Instagram. This thing reminds me of an aardvark, like an aardvark head. That's like all I can think of every time I look at it. But it's actually a very good mascara. It's like 70% naturally derived ingredients. It's vegan, and it's a volumizing formula, and I happen to think it makes your lashes look really smoky and sultry. And I just think it's really pretty. Honestly, it layers really well too. It's not as lengthening as some formulas. Normally I go for length over volume, but I do think it has this really pretty effect. I'll have to get that in a minute. Put some on the bottom. Kind of enhance that like sultry eye thing that we've got going on. I like the shape of this wand a lot because it's so thin on that end that you really can kind of get your corner lashes easily. That's one coat. We're gonna do a second coat. A little clumper on the end. Let's not use that. All right, there's two coats. I need to clean up some of my little mistakes. All right, to round out this look, we need to do something with our lips. So I'm going to use the Khaki lip liner from Thrive Causemetics. I love this so much. It's like the perfect mocha 90s-esque color, but I love this as a base for other colors. I find that it makes my lips look almost poutier. And then I like to just smudge it out a little. My lips are not even. I want you to look at that. Goes down a little bit more on this side, so I always have to try to like pop it out. This side doesn't need as much help. A little better. Right there. I feel like I have to like almost be like Lucille Ball, you know, like making like the big dramatic shape. Better. Okay. But do you see how that just like, it adds this really pretty definition to your lips? It has this very natural appearance, especially when you kind of smudge it out a little bit. The next thing I'm going to use is a lipstick that was gifted to me from Merit. This is their signature lipstick. And this is the shade Fashion, and it's this really beautiful berry color. Again, I'm really into kind of plum and berry tones with my hair. I love this shade. I love it. And what I'm doing is like marrying my lip liner and the lipstick. And then what I'm gonna do is take my finger, make it a little softer. All right, you're almost done. The last thing I have recently gotten and I am really, really loving. Ooh, let me make sure to do this. Make sure we don't get that all over our teeth. You do not want lipstick on your teeth. This is the Miracle Balm in Flush that I mentioned earlier, and I'm just gonna add a little, not that I need extra radiance today because I'm pretty glowy already. Thank you, bathroom. I'm gonna use a little teeny tiny bit of this. I'm gonna rub it between my fingers. I love this product so much. This is the shade that I feel like I've been waiting for forever. When they first launched, and I purchased the shade Dusty Rose. This is what I was hoping Dusty Rose would pick up as, this extra little pop of pink, a little bit of a warmth to it. It's not a cold pink, it's much warmer than Dusty Rose, and I love this so much. From my understanding, this is supposed to be a limited shade, like a limited edition, and I'm really hoping that they decide to keep it because I think it is so beautiful. The good news is this container is going to last me forever. So even if they discontinue it, it'll be fine. But I think that they should keep it and make sure that it's available for people because I think it's really beautiful. It just added that extra little zing of pink to my face. It adds this moisture, which in Colorado, I am desperately craving at all times now because my skin is so much drier here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I haven't done like get ready with me sharing just what I'm loving in general in a long time. I feel like most of my videos now are like very specific dedicated reviews, but like I just kind of missed like an old school, not overly edited or produced get ready with me. So if you like this kind of video, let me know in the comments because I would love to do more of this and really just kind of share what I'm loving. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please make sure to give it a little thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me, and I will see you around. Bye.